Hello, I'm Wu Yiyao, a reporter with Shanghai Bureau of China Daily. And I've been covering Expo and the news outside Expo Garden for a couple of months since the event started in May. I wrote the cover story on National Day, which is also the China Pavilion Day. And the idea came to my mind when I saw so many people queuing outside the pavilion, like tens of thousands of visitors every day. And I wondered why people would like to take so much time queuing outside the pavilion, which can be seen after the expo actually. And some visitors have very limited time for Expo Garden. And if I were one of them, then I would perhaps to visit the US pavilion, the UK pavilion, to see what's happening outside China and to see the world rather than a China pavilion. But then again, the idea came to me that perhaps there was something I don't know about China within the China pavilion. So one day I disguised as a visitor, also I have a press pass, then I queue with other visitors to see what they are expecting inside the China Pavilion. And then I found it very interesting that so many people are saying they would like to know what's happening in other provinces, in other cities, and some from rural areas would like to see what's the urban life in China is like. So I went to China Pavilion with them, and it surprised me that there were so many things I didn't know about China. So if you say a Chinese visitor visited the China Pavilion all out of the patriotic pride, then perhaps it's wrong. Perhaps it's just about curiosity. It's about wanting to know what's outside our everyday life in the China Pavilion. And then I think the most surprising display in the China Pavilion was the zebra stripe underground. So the stripes are made of like 100 city names, and many of them I haven't seen before. And I asked other visitors, and they shared my feelings too. So China is a vast country, and it has so many ethnic groups. People speak different dialects, and when they are in the China Pavilion, perhaps some of them feel like they are in perhaps another country too. Well, I think that's why people are so wanting to see China Pavilion, and especially in the National Day. And we really want to redefine what the Chinese nation is all about, because time changes, and we share a history, we share a past, and we are going to share a future. So we really would like to know what other groups in China are all about to make a better future for the country. And when I visited other pavilions, also Chinese visitors, they are becoming increasingly critical about what they see. They may say, okay, the display is wonderful, but I didn't really get a point. And they are quite specific about their expectations, about what they want to see. I think in the past, when they ask a volunteer or a guide, where I should go, they probably would say, what's the largest pavilion? What's the most interesting one? But now they would say, I would like to know more about art. So which pavilion may give me the knowledge about art within the shortest time, but with the most informative displays. And also they would say, okay, the display was not that interesting, and they even would criticize the organization and also the entire idea behind the displays. I think Chinese visitors are becoming more and more open-minded too. And the entire expo wants to celebrate diversities, and I think in the past people would like to impose our own priority and value on other people and other cultures. So if we visited African Unity Pavilion, let's say 2 decades ago, we wouldn't understand or wouldn't want to understand why people emphasize so much on animals. Actually, animals play an important role in African people's life. Animals have strong impact on their lifestyles, on their arts, on their ideas about the world. And also, we see so many stores selling, the toys and also the jewelries of African countries. And people would like to understand what materials the things are made of, and how these things are crafted, and they want to know the story behind the things they see. I think, without just blindly going after the tour guide, and without raising up any questions. I think that's the most important differences I saw among the Chinese visitors.